Good evening, folks. How's it going? It's official. I may have a bike buying problem. I've just bought another bike. So I spotted this thing come up. DRZ 2008. 11,000 miles. Popped up on Marketplace and I couldn't resist. It looked like a bargain. Really clean. Ready to roll. And I just thought I'd give it a try. Lots of my friends have got DRZs. Everyone recommends them. You know, sort of bulletproof, reliable. All that kind of thing. So yeah, I thought I should give it a try. I've still got the KTM, but yeah. Anyway, let's tour down a little lane, and I'll just discuss my thoughts. This is my first. I'm not even wearing my dirt gear. This is my first little go. So hang on, that's got to go up. That's got to come off. There's a few little foibles. The guy warned me about a little bit loud. Did come with a bunch of spares, including a spare exhaust, which is the stock exhaust. God, it's a little bit tall for me. But yeah, I'm not going to do anything difficult at all. But I'm just going to toot along. Whoa, clutch bite's really in tight. I need to adjust that. Yeah, we're just going to go down a really easy little lane, and I'll talk you through my first impressions. Whoa, it does actually jump. I know that was a 1-inch jump, but it did a jump. Brakes feel pretty good. Oh, let's go nice and slow past these guys. So yeah, the front brake feels good. Whoa, there's some proper bumps there. Suspension's definitely more solid than the CRF, but not a patch on the KTM EXC, as you would expect. This is a 15-year-old bike. That bike is a 1-year-old bike, and it's designed to race, whereas this is designed to plod. But yeah, I don't know. I haven't made my mind up yet. I haven't ridden DRZs before, but I've always been a mate's DRZ, which I've just been, tootling along on. It's definitely a bit louder than I would like, especially for a quiet weekend when I'm annoying people. Tyres, I'm not even sure what they are, but they are proper knobbies, so we should be fine. Now we've got a very loose hill coming up here. Let's see how we do. Check, Mr. Pheasant. That was probably steeper than it looked. It always looks flat on the GoPro, but that's a fairly steep hill, lots of loose rocks, and this thing does bumble along quite happily, have to be say. Plenty of torque, but doesn't seem to be a lot up top compared to the KTM. Like, you put the revs up, I'm going to try and keep it clean, just because I've just thoroughly cleaned it. I don't want to go through the puddles unless I need to. I know, that's not what the bike's for. But I'm not wearing my biking boots. I don't want to get wet feet. Yes, I know, I'm a girl. Apologies for that. Anyway, well, that's a little tootle. I just thought I'd share my first impressions on the DRZ. Yeah, it's a little bit too tall for me. Excuse my flip-flops, my little silly shoes that I'm wearing. I normally always wear full gear, but I was just tootling just down the road. Yeah, I don't know, it's got lots of torque down low, so it's very easy to climb and bumble along green lanes. definitely. Suspension seems to be holding its weight nicely. Not too top heavy, a little bit too tall for me, but I'm sure we'll get used to that, you know, very soon. Well, you can see why everybody recommends them. Bulletproof, bomb-proof, keep going and going and going. I mean, you know, this one's only got 11,000 miles, so it should be good for a long time yet. It's one of the more recent ones. There's most bikes you see for sale, DRZs in the UK, like 2001, 2002, 2003. So this is actually quite a recent one at 15 years old. There's a few little scrappy bits, but it's really very clean, considering it's a 15-year-old bike. But yeah, it's fun. Doesn't really quite blow your hair back like the KTM, but then it's not gonna, is it? But it does the job. Anyway, I'm going to go back down the same way, but I'll probably sign off there unless anything exciting happens in a minute, and I'll review it in the edit. But yeah, it's got a bit of a ghetto clock and a few other little bits and bobs. Been owned by a bunch of TRF members, which is always a good sign. You know, they tend to look after it and not rag it and all that kind of thing. So yeah, the clock's been changed, and it's got a few other little bits and bobs. Oh, I forgot about the heated grips. Let's turn them on, see if it works. Oh, that got a sticky kill switch there. Yeah, definitely a bit too loud for me. I don't want to get muddy feet. This is so wimpy, I'm sorry, but I just do not want to get wet feet. I'm just, like I said, just tootling down the road from my house here. Yeah, I've got wet feet now. Oh well. Engine brake is nice and solid. Going down the hill. The bloody exhaust is way too poppy and loud for me though. I don't like to annoy people. Rear brake's okay, not as good as the front brake, but they never are. But it's doing the job. Just cruise past these houses so I don't annoy them. Tyres seem to be hooking up. I think they're quite hard. They look like quite a hard compound, but decent knob on them. Yep, easy grips are working. Yeah, it seems to be all torque and nothing up top. I don't know whether they've tuned it differently. Previous owners, I have no idea. But it does its job, and it's actually more competent on the road than the KTM, just because of the gearing, really, obviously. Whoop. Beautiful evening, look at it. Whoop, little jump. Little tiny jump. Okay. Well, there you go. Yeah, I'll definitely sign off there, guys. I know it's a bit of a random little ramble, but it's just interesting, isn't it? When oh, I think I might still have my choke out slightly. Seems to be revving a bit high. I'm not used to no, it's in. I'm not used to chokes, I'm used to new bikes. Yeah, so the last few bikes I've had have mostly been new, so CRF 300, the Tenere 700, the Fantic 500, that was new. The KTM is a year old, so it's not new, but yeah, so this is the oldest bike I've ever really ridden properly. Let's turn that off now, so I don't flatten the battery. But yeah, it does the job. It's fun. Would be nice if there was a bit more oomph up top, but I think that bloody KTM 350 has just spoiled me for any other bike now. Any other bike's going to feel a little bit gutless compared to that. Possibly. Let's hope not. Anyway, well, there you guys. That's a little look at my new bike. I don't necessarily think this is going to be a keeper. I just wanted to see what they were like. It's whatever. I just wanted to see what they were like. You know, like I said, so many of my friends have got them, and they're massively rated for, you know, as a dual sport. Obviously, aging thing, and it does seem, you know, it is what it is. It's quite basic. It's only got 5 gears. That's a big issue if you want to do some serious range on it. I know you can do a 6th gear mod apparently, but that's beyond what I'm going to be doing on it. But yeah, that needs to be a bit quieter. But essentially, it's a fun little bike. Well, there you go. It's about time, someone who messes around with green lanes and off-road, about time I've had a DRZ, isn't it, really? You pretty much aren't allowed to do what I do without at least owning one DRZ, apparently. Or so some people will say. Anyway, guys, I'm going to leave that there. But yeah, she's a fun little beast. I know you've got a little toolbox there. Lovely. Anyway, guys, see you later. I hope that was a tiny bit interesting. Bye.